was gonna be the death of me was my saving grace. It's got me thinking that her leaving is the only logical reason that I got the last spot in the Hooters parking lot, and the waitress left her number on my check with a heart. She picked up on the first ring when I gave her a call, and I only spent $5 at the Moose Club raffle, won a used four-wheeler and 3 free passes for me and 2 of my buddies to play around a golf. And I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains it pours, when it rains it pours. I've been on one hell of a redneck road for 3 weeks now, and it all started on the day that she walked out. Then I won $100 on a scratch-off ticket, bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She swore they were a waste of time, all, but she was wrong. And I was calling number 5 on the radio station, won a 4-day, 3-night beach vacation, deep sea senorita fishing down in Panama. And I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains it pours. When it rains it pours. Used to spend my nights out in ballroom, liquor was the only love I'd known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back, being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. I've looked for love in all the same old places, found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it, 'cause there's nothing like your love to get me high. And you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy.
Switch to Chrome to stay in sync across devices, so your tabs go everywhere you go. Fast, safe, yours. Get Chrome for Windows.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
We are now closer than ever to a historic victory.
Hello, everyone.
Will be welcomed back as soon as their illegal government is deposed.
I don't even know. Oh, it's the Civil War.
This movie can be seen in theaters. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our 8th annual Ag Venture Business Plan presentations. I'm Ellen Holmes.
And I'm Grace Churchill.
And we'll be your MCs today. How many of you in the audience have written a complete business plan? These 38 agribusiness students you're going to see this afternoon can now add that accomplishment to their resume. Each group has taken a business from a concept to a comprehensive and professional business plan. We hope you enjoy your time this afternoon as our students give you a snapshot of their innovative business ideas. We hope to pique your interest so that you will join us at Spurs after the presentations to talk more about the plans.
Here at Lakeland College, we acknowledge that the land we gather on is the traditional homeland, hunting, and ceremonial gathering places of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. The Plains Cree, Woodland Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux people have practiced their cultural and languages on Treaty 6 and Métis Region 2 territories for generations and were the original caretakers of this land. Many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people call this land home today and have done so for millennia. We would like to acknowledge the history we have created together on this land and to be thankful for the opportunity to walk together side by side in friendship, learning from our past, and promoting positive relationships for the past, present, and future.
Before we begin, there's a few housekeeping things we'd like to go over. We would ask that you only enter or exit the theater when no one is presenting on stage. Please shut your phones off or turn them onto silent mode. Feel free to use video or flash-free photography to capture some of your favorite moments on stage. The washrooms are out the doors to our left, and the closest muster point is in the parking lot in front of Alumni Hall.
Please join us in welcoming our judges for today. Up first, we have Brett Flanders. Brett has a rich history with Lakeland College as an alumni as well as an instructor in our Ag Business program. Brett runs a small farm operation with his family and works at ATB. He has likely seen many interesting business plan pitches in the past, and we look forward to giving him some more ideas to consider today.
Corrine Vandenberg is a research associate at Lakeland College and has a strong background in animal behavior, project management, and student engagement. She has recently found her way into the world of Toastmasters and improv, which she has become very passionate about.
Bailey Graham is the School of Agriculture's continuing education coordinator, and has done some teaching in the school as well. She has a passion for everything ag and is very innovative approach to considering new ideas.
3 prizes will be given today based on Piece of the Pie, awarded to the business the judge would most like to be a part of.
Takes the Cake, awarded to the most outstanding presentation.
And Outside of the Box, awarded to the most unique and original business plan idea.
Up first, we have Barn-Bound Storage Rentals by Blake Vanasson and Cadence Donald.
Blake Vanasson was raised on a hog farm that is now a grain farm and is passionate about agriculture. Coming from a farming community around Westlock, Alberta, Lakeland's community feel is a good fit. He plans to use the production stream in agribusiness to pursue a career in agronomy.
Cadence was raised on a grain and cattle farm outside of Moosomin, Saskatchewan. Growing up on this farm taught her that agriculture is at the heart of everything. She is very passionate about agriculture, and Cadence plans on continuing her education with Lakeland in the BAT program. She hopes to one day have a career in agriculture, law, and policy, as well as agronomy.
Honey, did you remember to winterize the RV?
Never fear, dear. This year we're storing the RV at
Barnbound Storage and Rentals.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Blake Vanassen.
And I'm Cadence Donald.
We are the owners of Barnbound Storage Rentals, an RV storage service located in Lakeland, Alberta. I will be taking on the role of CEO and facility manager, and I will also be the face of our public relations.
I will be taking on the role as CFO, and externally I will be in charge of our online presence, our marketing, and our finances. Our business is mainly to be a storage facility for RVs and other recreational vehicles.
Our business is a diversification of my family farm. It is also an equal partnership between Cadence and I, where we both own 50%.
Our main goal as a company is to get repeat clients year after year for their storage rental needs.
Our location. We are located in Lakeland, Alberta, which is a small town about an hour north of Edmonton. This location is strategic because our hometown is surrounded by many vacation lakes that many people from Edmonton flock to during the summer. Our location will be able to provide our customers with utmost convenience. Our facility is the founding idea of our business plan. Its transformation from an empty hog barn to a bright and spacious RV storage space is really our founding principle. Its potential to be a profit-turning space on our farm helped us make this plan.
Our business goals. Our main business goal is to make sure we have a facility prepared for our customers, and day-to-day tasks will revolve around focusing on our target customers and covering our sales territory. And we hope to do this well enough that we can continue to provide a premium service to our clients. And by doing this, we can continue to diversify the income on Blake's family farm.
Our mission statement. We are dedicated to the preservation of our clients' assets through premium heated storage and elite customer service and convenience.
Our vision is that we will be our area's most customer service focused company, where our clients can trust us with their cherished assets year after year.
So our sales. In our first year, we plan to sell out 75% of our storage facility. This will bring us sales of just around $58,000. With those sales will come expenses around $48,000, which will leave us with a net income of just under $10,000. Year 2, we plan to have a sold-out storage facility, which will bring sales of around $71,000. The expenses will also be right around the $48,000 mark again, which will give us net income of just over $22,000.
Looking at year 3, we project that our sales will be at about $71,000, and our expenses will be a little over $64,000, and our net income will be around $25,000.
This positive trend in our sales shows that our business will be successful for years to come.
Our marketing plan is mostly to get our name out there with word of mouth, and we're also hoping that we can connect with RV dealerships so that they can give our name out to their own customers as well. And I will be in charge of running our social media accounts, which will be Instagram and Facebook, and this is an example post. And for us as a company, it is very important that we are being very transparent with the way that we run our business so we can build trust with the public.
So our project needs. To get Barnbound Storage Rentals off the ground and operating, we are going to need a $65,000 startup loan. We will acquire this from the bank and begin paying it back as soon as our company is profitable. Another necessity for our business is a good functioning website that we can trust. This is where people will be able to look us up and determine who we are and what we provide. They will also be able to check our availability, and they will also be able to book their storage services. A network is also essential for a company like ours, and we will rely on people like you and your connections to people who need our service to provide us with a business to continue into the next years.
Thank you for listening.
Are there any questions from the crowd? Yes, Janet.
So you're converting a hog barn into a storage facility. What are you estimating for renovation costs?
Yeah, we base that on like the $65,000. That's where we predict it to be. I talked to my uncle, who's a contractor, and he gave us kind of the numbers for that. Darla.
Are you storing anything other than RVs?
Yes, we are. So we probably should have explained that, but by RV we mean recreational vehicles, so anything from a motorhome to a tow-behind camper to a boat. Yeah, pretty much anything. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go. Thank you, Blake and Cadence. Up next, we have Field Insight Pro with Braden Ostafy and Zach Willoughby. Braden Ostafy is from Kenora, Saskatchewan, where he grew up on a fourth-generation grain farm. He came to Vermilion to attend Lakeland College and further his learning related to growing the best possible crops while keeping agriculture sustainable. He's also completed his crop technology diploma and is planning to return to the family farm upon earning his ag business diploma this year.
Zach Willoughby is from Camrose, Alberta. Growing up on his family grain farm, he came to Lakeland College to get a better understanding of the business side of agriculture. After completing his agribusiness diploma this spring, he plans to return to Lakeland College to take the Bachelor of Agricultural Technologies program. Once he has his degree under his belt, he plans to get a job in the ag industry and work on the family farm.
He's across. What are you doing there?
Well, I'm checking to make sure my dirt's all good to go for springtime here.
How do you know it's good dirt?
Just kind of the way it is, I guess.
Well, have you heard of Field Insight Pro?
No, I haven't.
If you are a farmer that uses yield maps, soil maps, and variable rate fertilizer, this is the program for you. Hello everyone, I'm Zach Willoughby. I'm from a grain farm in Camrose, Alberta. Throughout the years, we have introduced technologies onto our farm, and we find it to be a very powerful asset.
My name is Braden Ostafy. I'm from Kenora, Saskatchewan, and I have also integrated precision ag technologies into our farm.
Our product's mission is to analyze data and aid in management practices to maximize profitability while simplifying it for the farmer to understand and use. Our program displays a yield map with a grid overlaying it. This grid allows you to section off your field and look at specific areas, such as low or high yielding areas, and then also areas around sloughs. This grid also allows you to select a square on it and and it will pull up the soil and fertilizer information. For example, we will use the square right below this pond as an example. The image on the left here shows an example of our program and how it simplifies the soil zones to good, average, and bad. The red zone is good, green is average, and blue is bad. And the image on the right here shows the difference between our program compared to the surrounding soil zones and what it looks like. I also do know that some farmers like to see all the soil zones, and that is perfectly fine with us. We'll work with you on that.
So our project need is we would like to partner with a precision ag company we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. There's already companies that take soil samples and do EC maps and collect your yield data. So we, in our partnership, we would be the ones going out and collecting the data, and then we'd produce our program like we just showed you. And then in return, the company will sell our product for us. So our product will be $1.50 per acre on top of what you're already paying. For example, if we partnered with Swap Maps, on top of what you're paying for Swap Maps. And to put $1.50 in perspective for you guys, Swap Maps base rate for a prescription map for your VRing your fertilizer is around $6. So our business plan is partnership with a precision ag company, and then we'll be able to have access to all their clients. We'll do sort of a cold call, go out to their farms, and hopefully we can make a partnership with them. And then we'll start getting to work, and we'll collect the data from their equipment, such as their combines. It'll be yield data we'll be collecting. And then we'll analyze the data, and we'll build a map and upload it to iCloud. This way we can put it into your seeding equipment in the spring, or whatever equipment that you will need, it maybe your floater. And also we'll have a website where you can see your prescription.
Our program's marketing plan is to showcase it off at trade shows and through word of mouth. We also do product demos, and as Braden said, we'll be calling farmers either by showing up at their farm or arranging an appointment if we have their contact information. This is to introduce ourselves and introduce our program.
So our sales projection in the first year will be, we'll get a $50,000 grant, which is based on half of our expenses, and we have to produce innovative agriculture technology to get the grant. And well, Zach and I will also both invest $25,000 with a total of $50,000, and we'll sell around 10,000 acres worth of our prescription. This is just to get our foot in the door and work out any bugs if we have any. So we'll show a net income of around $14,000. In our second year, we'll sell $50,000 worth of prescriptions, and our expenses will be $58,000. We probably will have to buy a truck, or we will, that's with our truck expenses, and lots of driving around because you're getting all new clients. And we'll show a net income of around $9,000. And on our third year, we will sell 100,000 acres worth of prescription maps and have an income of $165,000, and our expenses will be $104,000, and we'll show a net income of $60,000. And by our third year, our business will be self-sustaining, and we'll be making money by then.
We will now open up the floor to any questions.
Darla?
Sorry, I have a question about your partners. When you go cold calling, are you going to sell their products as well?
They will already have, like Farmer's Edge, if we partner, they'll already be
Your cold calls will be based on their customer list.
yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
Janet?
So you have $101,000 in expenses in your third year, I believe. What's the majority of that? Like, what's your major costs in that?
That will be, we'll have to employ another person as well on top of our payments for our truck, probably.
And then also any improvements to the program itself.
At the top?
What makes it better than any other prescription It takes all the maps and combines it onto one surface, so then you're not jumping through either. If you have JD Ops, you have to go there for your yield map, and then if whoever you're using as a soil map, then you have to go through them. So it takes it and combines it all into the same platform for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Braden and Zach with Field Insight Pro. Up next, we have Tori Christensen and Cody Buchert with Buckaroo Brims.
Tori has grown up in Ponoka, Alberta. She found her love for rodeo and the Western world at a young age. She's been attending Lakeland College and is ready to get into the agriculture industry once completed here at Lakeland.
Cody grew up on a cow-calf operation in British Columbia. He has always had an appreciation for quality cowboy hats, so this business can help him turn that appreciation into making and selling amazing hats for people who appreciate them.
Man, I can't wear this hat to the rodeo.
Don't worry, Buckaroo Brims has you covered.
Thanks, Cody.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about our company, Buckaroo Brims Custom Hat.
Today, throughout the duration of our presentation, we'll be covering 8 topics.
So I am Cody Buchert. I will be in charge of the social media for our company. I will also be attending the trade shows and rodeos in our mobile trailer where we'll do the hat shaping and selling. And I'm also in charge of making our custom hats.
I'm Tori Christensen. I am in charge of the customer service here at Buckaroo Brims. I will also be attending trade shows and rodeos, as well as doing some hat shaping. So a little bit about us here at Buckaroo Brims. We are a custom hat making brand. We make custom beaver felt hats, and we have Saratelli hats, and this is a picture of what the Saratelli hat open crown would look like. We offer reshaping and touch-ups out of our mobile trailer. It is very convenient to be able to travel with our products. We are located out of Alberta and will be traveling to BC and Saskatchewan for trade shows and rodeos.
So some of the values that we have for our company, so the mission that we set out is to reach to help our customers express themselves with our unique and personalized hats and help them stand out from the crowd. And the vision that we have is, since we are a mobile service, that we can reach a wide variety of people, make them into customers, and we want to be at the top of the list when people think of custom cowboy hats.
So the project need for Buckaroo Brims is $50,000. This will be to purchase our initial hat inventory.
And the pricing for our hats, so for our custom Buckaroo Brim hats, we're going to have a 20X felt, which is a 20% beaver fur, 80% rabbit fur blend. Those are going for $500. Our 50X, which will be a 50-50 blend, those will be $750, and our 100X will be 100% beaver fur, and those will be our top of the line, going for $1,000. We also offer reshaping and touch-ups if you have a hat that just needs a little bit of work done. Reshapings are $100, and a little touch-up is $50. For the Saratellis that we offer, we have a 10X felt for $450 and a 6X felt for $350, and all of our straws will be $150. And we'll also be offering one free reshape with every purchase of a hat.
And every hat we sell at Buckaroo Brims will be marked up by 50%. So the social media here at Buckaroo Brims, this is a mock Instagram post that we would be sharing on Instagram. about our new hat stickers we have in. This will be posted on Facebook as well to all of our followers. Our website at Buckaroo Brims, it will be set up to take some custom hat orders. If you can't make it to a trade show or a rodeo to meet us, we'll make it and put a perfect shape on it for you.
Our finances, we pulled from our income statements for 3 years, and our net income for year 1 is going to be $18,000. And for year 2, we project a big increase in our sales, which brings us up to a $40,000 net income. And in year 3, we level out a little bit with just under $45,000 of income. And our return on investment in year 1 is going to be 59%. In year 2, it jumps up to 105, just because in year 2, we aren't buying as much inventory and our sales jump up really high. In year 3, we have a 77% return on investment, and that's just due to, as our sales jump in year 2, we're now buying way more inventory to have on hand. And now we have a testimony from one of our customers.
Hey, what's this? My new Buckaroo Brim hat. Yeah, Tori and Cody, they know what's going on. Every shape, size, and color you could possibly imagine, from felts to straws, for those short little ones and the big ones with the feathers that your grandma likes to wear. They got it all. Customer service is their #1. From bronc stomping to honky tonk, and they got you covered. I am a satisfied Buckaroo Brim customer, and you will be too. Check them out. Yes, sir.
Is there any questions?
Hallie. I think it'll just be out of the feel. The hats that we will be making will be just like a run through, and I'm sure Cody can add more to this.
There's companies where you can get an apprenticeship and go there and learn from them how to properly shape and any techniques that they have. Darla. That hat is going to last, specifically for you, Darla, that's going to last you a lifetime. Yeah. Oh, it'll be the hat you'll ride rough stock. Yeah, that's the most durable hat, and that's the one that you can reshape time and time again if you want to, and it's still going to hold a good shape. And those hats usually last like at least anywhere from 8 to 10 years. Well, because you're going to buy it from us and we're going to tell you.
It will come with the lining on the inside will be stamped, and then there will be a hat sticker that we can put on for you. Thank you.
Oops, probably shouldn't have said that.
Thank you, Tori and Cody with Buckaroo Brims. Up next, we have Heart of Drywood Creek by Sarah Kirby and Emily Royce.
Sarah is from Pincher Creek, Alberta, where she grew up on her family's ranch. She has spent most of her time rodeoing and helping her parents where they run Black Angus cross cattle. She has a strong passion for the agriculture industry and is excited to be more involved in it following school.
Emily is from Southern Ontario, where she grew up on her family farm around poultry and dairy farms. Her interest in agriculture grew as she got older, which brought her out to Lakeland College. She's focused on the finance stream of the agriculture business program.
Hey, Cody, I have a question for you.
Of course.
Will you marry me?
Oh my God, yes, of course. But Tori, where the heck are we gonna get married?
We've got just the place for you at the heart of Drywood Creek.
So to start off, a bit about our service is we are a wedding venue blended with a rustic wall tent camp hideaway service. These can be offered together as we have a honeymoon suite available for the bride and groom, as well as a campsite book out for the bachelorette and bachelor parties. This is a perfect location for those. We can also these services can be purchased separately based on our customers' needs. To start, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we'll introduce ourselves.
So my name's Emily Royce. I will be the manager of the wedding venue and oversee all the finances.
I'm Sarah Kirby, and I'm in charge of the campsites and marketing side of things.
So our vision statement is to be the primal destination for a secluded getaway and to be the epitome of rustic elegance for couples to tie the knot, surrounded by the timeless elegance of Drywood Creek. We want to be able to give couples the perfect place to come and get married and plan it however they want, or just to be the perfect little spot to get away in our secluded rustic campground area, just to have a little getaway.
What sets our business aside is our location. We're located 2 hours away from Calgary. This is ideal for our marketed audience, as well as an hour away from Lethbridge and 20 minutes away from Pincher Creek. This is ideal because there'll be hotels there available for our guests, as well as, not to mention, we are half an hour away from Waterton National Park and at the border of Castle Park. So there is hiking trails, lakes, fishing spots, and everything you need right at your fingertips, so that just draws people into our location. So how we're going to promote our business is, firstly, we'll be utilizing social media, as this is a very powerful tool to reach our audience. This will take time to build an account in which we'll be able to do this. So in the meantime, we'll be attending trade shows such as the Wedding Fair hosted in Calgary. This also helps spread our word of mouth marketing, as that is a very strong tool. And lastly, we'll also be utilizing a website, and this is where all of our booking information and availability will be held. And then lastly, we'll be using brochures. These will be located at wedding shops and in Waterton and in surrounding areas.
So this is just an example of one of the brochures that we'll have. We will also be providing different packages. So this is an example of our honeymoon suite package. As you can see, the picture right there is an example of what our suite will look like. Right now, we are currently, in our first year, we will just be operating receptions out of a tent as we update our indoor reception area. So this is just an example of that. We will have different packages, whether it be for just a reception, just a venue, or this, or we will have different packages for just the camping site as well. So this is just an overview of our finances. We have very minimal operating costs compared to our revenues. So in year one, our revenue will be around $48,000 with $43,000 of expenses. They're a bit higher just because we have all of our startup costs. Our net income will be around $4,000, which gives us a 10% ROI on Sarah and I's initial investment. Year two, we'll have around $152 in revenue, around $38 in expenses, which gives us around $114,000 in our net income. And then in year three, we have a $273,000 revenue, around $37,000 in expenses, and around $236 for our net income.
So why choose us? Firstly, we have that small business feel as we're located on a family ranch in the mountains, and that also adds to our unique, beautiful location and our innovative approach of adding the campsites to further your experience for your special day.
Are there any questions? Shustin? Our highest expense will probably be our utilities, so our electricity and our water and that stuff. Janet? No, we will be outsourcing our catering, but we will have we will be providing the bar just so it's easier for us to get a liquor license. Any other questions? Darla?
Our campsites will have a high-powered electric fence over it, as well as all food will be locked up and stored and not stored to where you're sleeping, as well as it's just right across from the homestead, and then there's 2 guard dogs there too as well.
We'll have big signs.
We're not liable for your bridal party. Are there any other questions?
Hallie? No? Oh, you're the bridal party. You're the bridal party that we have to protect from the fence. Okay. Kyla? In our first year, just when we're operating with our tent, we'll be operating from around May to October. And so we're projecting having around 2 each month just for the first year. And then once we are able to have year-round weddings, then we project for the second year having about 75%, 75% bookings, and then in third year we're hoping to be fully booked.
Are there any other questions?
Heads up, front row.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah and Emily. Up next, we have JNC Landscaping with Colby Huff and Jax Harper.
Colby is from a Black Angus cow-calf operation in west central Saskatchewan. Growing up on a ranch and working with equipment has allowed him to grow a passion for it. This has brought him and Jax together to create JNC Landscaping.
Jax is from a red and black Angus cow-calf operation in East Saskatchewan. Growing up working on a farm and with equipment has allowed him to grow a love for working with equipment and cattle. It's on. There you go. It's on. You're good.
Whoa, Jax, are you okay?
Yeah, the stage is a wee bit uneven.
We should give JNC Landscaping a quick call.
I think we should. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are JNC Landscaping. My name is Jax Harper.
I'm Colby Huff.
I am co-owner and one of the operators for our company, and I am the head of marketing.
And I'm the head of finances.
So why we chose landscaping? In our area, there is not a lot of landscapers, and it takes a long time for them to get to your yard if you need help. And we, grow up with equipment, and we have a passion for landscaping.
So where are we located? We're located in Climax, Saskatchewan, which is right along the US-Canada border. So we're going to cover a 180-kilometer radius. Obviously, that'll only be to the north because when you're crossing the border, you need to get different work licenses. Having this location also allows us to capitalize on Cypress Hills. There's a lot of campers and cabins where we could landscape for the summer projects for the people who have money and are coming from the city to stay on their summer properties.
For our project need, we need a loan of $50,000 that we'll get from the bank. This is to buy our first piece of equipment, Bobcat, to remove dirt, gravel, and this is just to get our business up and going so we can start making money as soon as we can.
So our customer ID, our primary focus is going to be the home and property owners as well as those vacation properties in Cypress Hills, where you can turn that into a nice landscaped yard. We can do dirt work, and then in the wintertime, we'll plow out your driveway, your lane. If you need snow plowed for your cows or whatever, if you don't feel like doing that, we can bring our Bobcat out and we can do that for you too.
For marketing, we plan on putting ads on TikTok and Instagram to get younger generations interested in landscaping, and so that hopefully they will contact us if they are in the area. Our primary way of marketing our business is through word of mouth. So that way, if Jim Bob comes out of his house one day, looks at his neighbor and goes, wow, that's a nice driveway, they're gonna say, well, call J&C Landscaping, they can do the same for you. And now, men, or males, I don't know, we, sorry.
We like to make things look a little bit, they're not the prettiest, but they're functional. So we're gonna have a couple ladies helping us out too, to make sure things look pretty and they're done in the nice, pretty way too. So here's our 3-year cash flow. First year, we're expecting to make about $40,000 just with doing our jobs and stuff and our loan income. Our second year, we're hoping to get about to $81,000. And then in our third year, our income basically tops out at about $85,000. So we're looking at buying an excavator into our third year, which will cost about $45,000, but we have the cash in our pocket to do that. And after that third year, we'll have about $40,000 in our account, but we can do larger jobs at that point.
We will also have the loan of $50,000 still left to pay off. By the third year, we'll have paid some of it off, so we'll be around $35,000 left to pay.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time. We'd like to open the floor to questions.
Oh, Shustin. Well, we're not going to be hiring them quite yet, but at the moment we both have girlfriends, so they're going to be kind of weighing on us a little bit to make things look a little bit pretty.
We're also going to hire Darla, since she said she has a fascination with pretty things.
Yeah, if they don't have another contract hired out or whatever, we would supply that contract for them over the winter time.
Oh, yes.
Is there a reason why your second year income is significantly high compared to your third year, where you would probably be making more money in your third year?
So in our second year, basically, we're planning, our first year we're just getting going, so we're thinking we're only going to be working probably 30 hours a week. And then in our second year, we're planning on getting those bigger jobs and doing those 12-hour days where we can do those 50 hours a week and stuff. So that's kind of what we're planning for in our third year once we get our name out, or our second year.
Are there any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colby and Jax. Up next, we have Stockyard Direct by Haley Schmidt and Dora Lee Thiessen. Haley Schmidt grew up on a ranch just outside of Sonningdale, Saskatchewan. Her family has been raising Hereford cattle for quite a few years now, and she's been working with cattle and horses since she could walk and has a passion for working with them.
Dora Lee grew up north of Fort St. John, BC. She's been riding horses and working cows for as long as she can remember and has a passion for old-style cowboying. She worked for a large cow-calf ranch up north before deciding to come pursue her interest in starting her own business at Lakeland College. Here you go.
Yeah, and you'll have to start my first slide after it's done.
The clicker's not going to do it?
Back one. No, it doesn't click it after
Okay, so we'll hit play manually.
Yeah, and then you have to go to my first slide.
Hi, we'd like to tell you guys a little bit about our business, Stockyard Direct. So who we are, we're an online cattle auction platform that offers direct sales, so you can sell your cattle straight from your farm to the feedlot. This reduces stress and diseases, and we also offer lower commission rates. So as you can see, our website design is is on the side, and you can easily browse steers and heifers, cows or bulls, whatever you're looking for. To upload your cattle, you just take pictures, put it on our website, put a bit of a description of what your cattle are like, and then just submit it. You can choose between 2 types of auctions. We offer a live auction, which happens on one day, or you can choose the second option, which we offer a 2-week silent auction, and the bidding will end after 2 weeks. Hi, my name is Dorley Thiessen, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer. I'm in charge of business networking, and I make connections with the lending people, the lenders, and the other people within our industry. I'm also in charge of marketing and finances.
Hi, I'm Haley Schmidt, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer. And what I do is I'm the daily operations manager, so I check and make sure our website is running smoothly and there's no faults going on with it. I also do customer networking, so I make cold calls to ranchers and feedlots, see if they need any assistance with our website, and I also connect with our customers. And I also help with the finances. Our mission is empowering ranchers by reducing disease risks, ensuring fair transactions, and fostering a transparent and efficient marketplace for a sustainable future.
For our marketing, we budgeted in going to 2 trade shows a year. We also are relying heavily on word of mouth, as that builds trust within the industry. We're also going to be doing cold calling and going into visiting ranchers and farmers and feedlot managers to their farm, sitting down with them, having a cup of coffee, and building those one-on-one relationships with them.
Our customer target, it's mostly going to be ranchers and feedlots, but we also offer to niche cattle farmers. So anyone who's selling Highlands or Longhorns, because they don't really have anywhere to sell their cattle at like any auction marts or marketplaces. So they could sell their cattle on our trusted website. We're going to be focusing in Western Canada for the first 3 years, and then hopefully in the future we could focus more all over Canada and more into the US.
Our project need. We talked to CLH Bid and got an estimate about what an auction platform would cost. We need about $25,000 to get our website up and running. We also need about $80,000 to purchase 2 portable weight scales so that farmers who don't own their own can weigh their cattle and they can put those weights up on our website. For our finances, we're relying on a $1,000 grant from the government in our first year. So our revenue will be about $243,000. Our expenses are $173,000, giving us a net income of $70,000. This gives us a return on investments of -1%. The reason this is so low is we have a December 31st year end, and we're only launching the auction side of our platform in September, as we need that time to build a customer base as well as get our website running. In year 2, we are making $546,000, our expenses are $263,000, and our net income is $282,000. This gives us a return on investments of 97%. Our revenue in our third year is $1.6 million. Our expenses are $353,000, giving us a net income of $1.3 million. Our return on investment is 485%.
So why choose us? Well, we offer lower commission rates. So we offer 40% less commission rates than what auction marts do. We also offer direct sales, so ranchers and feedlots can sell their cattle from right at home, which lowers the disease risk since they're selling their cattle from at home, and so they don't have to ship them over to the auction mart and they'll catch the diseases. We also offer lower trucking costs. So, like I said, they don't have to haul them over to the auction mart, and they could just sell them from right at home. And we also offer selling Highland and Longhorn cattle on our website. Is there any questions?
Yes, Justin. We do. We have a customer service, so we can go to their farm and help them upload them. We also can recommend them to businesses that do specific picture, like photography for selling cattle.
Does that answer your question? Any other questions? Oh,
At the top.
What makes your online business for selling cattle in auction different from the other ones that are out in the market today?
There is not a lot of platforms online to sell your cattle other than like Facebook, which is not a trusted platform. There's a lot of scams that go on. So we're setting up our platform so that ranchers have a trusted platform and they know when they sell their cattle, they'll actually get the money, and the feedlots know what they're getting.
Does that answer your question?
Are there any other questions?
Thank you, Haley and Dora Lee. Up next, we have Home Sweet Honey by Megan Friedsberg, Peyton Lilico, and Sid Bandiola.
Megan was born in small town Saskatchewan. She has knowledge of livestock like cattle, sheep, pigs, chickens, and limited knowledge in the bison industry. Although she has little knowledge in bees, she is willing to learn more. Megan has worked with cutter bees in the past, but has not worked in the honey or the wax production industry.
Peyton was born and raised on a commercial cow-calf operation in Saskatchewan, where she grew up rodeoing and ranching. She was recently introduced to the honey industry and has become passionate about bee farming.
Sid was born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta. Sid has 2 years' knowledge in crop production and 1 year in ag business. Sid was recently introduced into the honey industry and wants to learn more about it.
Good afternoon. We are Home Sweet Honey, located in Tisdale, Saskatchewan, to better meet our community's needs. So our business is to promote sustainable beekeeping while providing high-quality honeybee products and prioritizing the well-being of our honeybees and environmental stewardship within our community. Our product is a local, natural sweetener for people interested in cooking, baking, and natural wound care. Bee farming yields beeswax, which is used in products like candles, cosmetics, and other pharmaceuticals. In the beginning stages of our business, we will start out with honeybees to get our start in the industry, and as the years progress, we will get more into cutter bees as another source of income, partnering with local alfalfa and canola producers to form pollination contracts. I am Peyton Lilico, the production and co-advertising manager.
I'm Megan Fredsberg. I'm the finance and co-advertising manager with Peyton.
I'm Sid Bandiola, and I'm the sales manager.
So bee farming is a form of sustainable agriculture by ensuring yields and pollinating crops. With the rise of sustainable agriculture, farmers are more conscious about their land health, turning to cover crops and the use of less chemicals. By the use of cutter bees and honeybees, we are promoting sustainable agriculture.
So for Home Sweet Honey to start, so we need the equipments, for example, like protective equipment, foggers, wax melters, storage equipment, medicine, to name a few. As the years go by and we're expanding, we need to look into more buildings. Our customer ID. So our target audience for our business is households that are looking for natural sweeteners, so like between the age of 25 to 80 years old, so like 85% female. Bakers that are looking for alternative to sugar because they only use half the sugar they need Healthy conscious groups, natural and organic enthusiasts, and gift shoppers.
So as it was brought up, we have 3 different products. We have 2 different sizes of honey containers. As listed on the screen, we have a 500-gram container being $7, and to get a double size is $14.
We also are carrying boot wax for anyone who has leather or any kind of material that they need protected from water, as it is quite a good water repellent. We are selling that for $14.50, and it's about the same size as our small honey containers. In our area, there's a big need for bee farmers, as a lot of people are trying to put land back to natural state. So we will also have the opportunity to make pollination and cutter contracts to better affect and help our local producers. Some of the opportunities that we have are putting land back to natural state, and then we also, as Peyton mentioned, will be working with all the organic farmers within the area to better their crop yields. As we go into our finances, we have 40% at the beginning for an ROI of our investments, and by year 3, we're making almost 200% of what we've invested. As you look at our incomes, it does start at $16,000, but then as you will realize, year 2 drops down to $13,000. That is because our grants are no longer active in year 2. Our grant that we have access to is Women in Sustainable Agriculture. Peyton and I both qualify for it, so we can technically double qualify for it, but we will only be doing it once through the business. As we go into year 3, we will have our income based on just what we make in profits, as this chart does not show what we would make based on pollination contracts, because every farmer is different and we will not be able to have a set rate. Is there any questions from the audience? Justin? So natural state, in our area, when we consider natural state, that's putting it back to our grasslands and having all your shrubs and basically making it back into what it was before it was starting to be farmed. Does that answer your question? Darla? So at the beginning, with our honeybees, we'll be running 10 hives, and then as we expand into cutter bees, we'll be getting up to 5 hives, and if the need is greater, we will expand into more hives. So depending on the hive and depending on how many bees you've put in the hive, you can get anywhere from 10 kilograms from a small hive up to 50, depending on your activity of the bees and where they're placed. Does that answer your question? Like every hive can go, depending on your size of hive, it can go anywhere from 10 kilograms per hive up to 50. Depending on the size of hives, the ones that we would be purchasing, that's their max capacity, and then you would have to empty them and have them restart. Any other questions? I think that's it. Good job, guys.
Thank you, Megan, Peyton, and Sid. Up next, we have Triple Diamond Livestock Creations by Paige Koshi and Zane Helland.
Paige grew up on a farm outside of Grand Prairie, Alberta. She has always enjoyed being around cows and horses and can't imagine herself working in any other industry other than agriculture. Once she is done with the college, she will be going to work at Allen Quarter Horses. And in her spare time, she loves riding her horse and has recently gotten into cow horse and ranch rodeo events.
Zane grew up in the village of Lamond, Alberta, and was raised on a feedlot while also growing crops and ranching. She has always had a passion for the agriculture industry and has wanted to grow her knowledge further in it to help on the family farm and in their future.
Triple Diamond Livestock Creations is a livestock marketing company that provides sellers with custom catalogs, sale videos, lot pictures, and marketing techniques. With provincial standards, we can provide you with that sale video for that horse you're ready to sell or standout catalogs for those yearling bulls. Our office is located in Vermilion as it is central to our radius. We will be traveling in the Vermilion River, Wainwright, Minburn, and St. Paul County. We have checked on the Government of Alberta website, and it shows that the cattle herd numbers in this area have increased in the past 5 years, so we thought this would be a good area for our business to flourish. Customer service is our main focus. We think that that is the best way to keep our company going really great. So by doing this, we would ask for our customers to provide us with feedback as much as they can.
My name is Zane Helland.
And I'm Paige Koshi.
And we are joint owners of Triple Diamond Livestock Creations. Paige will be handing out just some examples of posters we will be creating for our clients. We will be working in this company as a partnership. We will both be photographing and videoing the livestock that our clients hire us to do. As we go out into the field, we will both separately be sharing the workload. So we will bring those pictures and videos back to our office, and we will edit them and make them into whatever the client needs. And Paige and I also will be doing our own bookkeeping for the company.
When it comes to marketing, we have chosen our demographic as ranchers from the age of 18 to 75. We do understand that this is a very broad age range, so we have chosen some diverse marketing strategies to cover all of those ages. One being social media. We will post frequently to keep our younger demographic in touch with our company, as well as we will be putting posters out for the older demographic in places such as UFA or Egg Society bulletin boards.
Paige and I aim to network our company by attending trade shows such as Agribition, CFR, everything equine on the border. And we also are hoping to be active in the local community by sponsoring events and clubs such as 4-H, rodeos, and local sports teams.
Taking a look at what our prices will be, as you can see, we have 3 different packages, bronze, silver, and gold. This can be found on our website as a consultation form. If you do find that this does not fit your operation or you're looking for something a little bit different, we do offer custom packages. You're more than welcome to give us a call as we would like to talk to you more in depth about that. The only difference is price. If you're wanting a custom one, we will be charging $26 a picture, $36 a video, and 60 cents per kilometer instead of the initial 50 cents per kilometer.
So Paige and I have evaluated that we will not be alone, as our service is the biggest asset in our company. However, we will both be contributing $5,000 each in the first year of operations. This would just cover initial equipment costs such as cameras, editing software, and computers. In the following years, we will be contributing $1,000 each just to cover any extra repairs and maintenance costs. Paige and I are hoping to have that word of mouth marketing from, again, attending those trade shows and sponsoring those local events, and we're hoping to gain people like you to become our clients.
Looking at our financial projections, in the first year, we project to make a profit just shy of $3,000 and an ROI of 142%. Now, I know you're probably looking at these ROIs and thinking, well, that they're pretty high, but please keep in mind that our startup costs are super low. We also aren't needing a loan, so that's why we are making a very good return on our investments. In year 2, we're making a profit just shy of $27,000 with an ROI of 263%. In our year 3, we are making a profit just shy of $57,000 with an ROI of 444%. Based off of these projections, we think after the first 3 years, our profits will keep increasing.
And just to put a visual on those numbers that Paige gave us, you can see our inflows will be increasing throughout the years, and our outflows will be decreasing. You can see in year 2 and year 3 that they are around the same as we project the same expenses for repairs and maintenance. And Paige and I are also aiming to upgrade our equipment every 5 years just to stay up with the software and such.
We hope you choose Triple Diamond Livestock Creations as your livestock marketing company, as we are here to bring your visions to life.
Thank you. Any questions? Yeah.
Some of your guys' cattle rates around here are really high per head. There's a lot of people that are doing this type of service in the area all the way to Canoga. So what sets you guys apart specifically from their services?
One thing being that, like I said, our customer service, we will be working very hard to upkeep that, as well as, I mean, this doesn't relate to the cattle prices as much, but our services do cover horses as well, so that will make us a little bit more diverse. Darla? I think it's going to be a little bit of both in that first year as we're kind of trying to find our customer base. We will be doing a lot of marketing for ourselves, so I think it'll be a little bit of both to try and get that head start. Justin? Sorry, I coughed. I didn't hear that. We have talked about that off stage. I think if this was to become a real business, that would be something we could definitely look into. It'd benefit the both of us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Paige and Zane. Up next, we have Agra Aerial Applications with Alora Rigney and Hallie Galinsky.
Alora grew up on a beef farm just north of Edmonton and enjoyed working at home and for neighboring farms. Following the agribusiness diploma, she will return to Richardson Pioneer as a summer job and then plans to pursue a degree program.
Hallie lives on a farm near Evansburg, Alberta. She's looking forward to returning home after school and continuing to pursue starting colts, training barrel racing horses, and selling firewood. You can use the mouse too, you know. Here you go. It's on, just so you know.
What are you doing with that box?
Well, these are my calving records.
Well, why do you keep your calving records in a box like that?
Well, so everything's in one place, I know where it is. And the box is so that if I trip in the mud again, I won't get it full of mud and I can still read all my information.
There has to be a better way. Oh, there we go. We are Agri Aerial Applications, the dynamic trio between AI, drones, and agriculture. Have you or any producers you know had a problem with your personal safety, monitoring your livestock, keeping all this data in one place and where you can find it, like Hallie has, and having the time to deal with all these problems?
We've combined the latest in drone technology, thermal and AI cameras, and data collection to bring you a product created by farmers for farmers. Our drones come equipped with specialized cameras that are able to identify individual animals, check body temperatures, and record these findings in an easy-to-understand data collection format.
The Agri Aerial Solutions applications team is myself, Alora Rigney, and I am in charge of the social media marketing, the scheduling of customers, and the flight plans for the drones once they're set up with the customers.
And I'm Hallie Galinsky. I'm in charge of the finances, licensing, and physical drone operation, and we're 50-50 partners in AAA.
So our product mission is to, through seamlessly integrating advanced drone systems, artificial intelligence, and data and analytics, we envision a future where farmers can effortlessly monitor, analyze, and optimize their livestock production operations. So the way our business will work is through our website, the farmers will fill out a form and give us all the information we need, such as their name and their location and how many head they have on their farm. We will then contact them if we think they're a good fit, and they will sign all the correct licenses and forms with us. The next thing is we will go out to their farm, which is anywhere around central Alberta, and any farther than that will be an extra cost. And we will fly the drone around, show them how it works, and we will be making flight plans on that day so that they don't have to worry about it. The drone will know which fields to go to, which pens, depending on what you would rather for that day. And then all the training is through us, so we will tell the customers where they can get all their training and any tips and tricks, and then they'll be good to go. And following this, they can either sign or not sign an agreement saying that we can access their data for their cattle. So this would be beneficial for us to see how our drones are performing and interesting to see different farms' operations.
We do not plan to have any inventory, and rather will be custom ordering drones as we gain customers. Because of this, we have low initial startup costs, don't require a warehouse, and the technology won't go obsolete sitting in storage. We do, however, require an industry expert to teach us how to utilize the technology to its full potential. We are looking for someone to work as a contractor to show us how to use the drones, create the software, and help us sell our product.
So our customer base will be farmers of any age, mainly feedlots for the health idea, because feedlots' number one issue or focus is keeping their animals healthy and happy to keep them gaining weight and not losing weight, and being able to notice when any sickness arises will be very beneficial for them. And cow-calf operations, our AI camera can notice any cow when they're about to calve or when they're cycling, and the tags in their ears will talk to our drone and tell the camera exactly which cow that is, so the farm will know right away and it will be collected in their data. And we're looking into expanding into bison and sheep once our business is taken off and we have more employees.
Especially in the initial stages, we believe that attending things like trade shows and conventions will be a great way to raise awareness of our product. Initially, we suspect slow sales simply because people do not know that we exist. Attending in-person events like these will be a great way to do things like product demos, as well as talk to producers and hear any concerns, ideas, or feedback they might have.
Social media is going to be a big part of it to initially get the word out, as well as the drones demos. So we'll have a Facebook account, so we have marketing in our budget, so we can have sponsored posts that will go specifically to people we know are farmers on Facebook with their algorithm. And then we can have Instagram and other social medias as they arise.
As well as word-of-mouth marketing. Farmers like to talk, and something as innovative and helpful as this drone should be a hot topic of conversation. Here is an outlook of our sales projections. So we plan to sell the drones at a 60% markup to farmers for $15,000. That gives them the physical drone for them to fly, as well as the setup and us teaching them how to use it. As well, there is a yearly software subscription they can purchase that gives them access to the data collection, technology, and advancements we make as time goes on. Thanks to our low initial startup costs, because we don't require any inventory, Alora and I both invested $10,000, and we plan to be able to turn around $85,000 in the first year. By year 3, with increase in drone sales and these renewals of the software subscriptions, we plan to be making over $190,000.
Elevate automate your livestock operation through drones, AI, and agriculture.
We would now like to open the floor to any questions. Yes, in the top. Of course. So the question was regarding how close the drone actually needs to be to the animals and then getting the animals used to the drone. So that's something that we're going to require the experts for to help us learn, as we aren't drone professionals. We do know people are utilizing this technology in their herds already. So we suspect that it's going to take some time, like anything, to get the animals used to the drones flying above them. But once it's a daily occurrence, we don't see any problems arising. And as far as the distance, again, that's TBD. Does that answer your question? Are there any other questions? Darla? Darla's question was regarding licensing requirements. So to fly this caliber drone, this Mavic 3, on personal property, you do not require a drone license in Alberta. Alora and I plan to get our level 1 drone operator's license just so that we are covered, because we are flying when we go to help out the customers. And there are restrictions regarding being around airports and then restricted fly zones, but that's contingent on the area. Does that answer your question? Are there any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Alora and Hallie. We're now going to take a 10-minute break.
'cause man, have I found one of them girls that ain't trying to be nobody. You're just here for the party. If I'm wrong, then stop me. You're one of them girls that ain't handing out your number. You like to make us want you. You like to make us wonder. If you're one of them girls, well, I'm one of them boys who trade his whole world. Oh, one of them girls. You're one of them girls I wanna put my lips on. Hold on night long, write a little love song. For one of them girls that ain't trying to meet nobody. You're just here for the party. If I'm wrong, then stop me. Yeah, you're one of them girls that ain't handing out your number. You like to make us want you. You like to make us wonder. If you're one of them girls, well, I'm one of them boys who trade his whole world. Oh, one of them
Welcome back, everybody. We will be continuing along with Along the 49 Equine with Seamus Gallagher and Kennedy Hebert.
Seamus Gallagher is from Vermilion, Alberta, where he grew up in the livestock industry. This also led him to develop a passion for horses and working with them.
Kennedy grew up on a grain farm just north of St. Paul, Alberta, and has been involved in the equine industry her whole life. She came to Lakeland for the wonderful reputation of the agribusiness program, where she majored in marketing. Seamus and Kennedy saw the need for a new equine transportation service that prioritizes health and safety of horses on the road.
Hey Seamus, I just bought this really nice horse, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna haul it up to me yet.
Check us out at Along the 49 Equine. We can help you. So, hello everyone. I'm Seamus Gallagher. I'll be the logistics lead, and I'll be handling finances for the company.
My name is Kennedy Hebert. I will be the dispatcher and marketing lead. This business will be ran as a 50-50 partnership between Seamus and I.
So our mission is to haul horses safely and stress-free while maintaining efficient and affordable transportation across North America.
And our vision is to be the leading horse hauling service known for its reliability and care. We aim to create a future where every horse owner trusts us with all their horse hauling needs. So a little bit about our service is we will be starting off by hauling 4 horses at a time. So this trailer will be divided into 4 box stalls bedded down with enough room for horses to move around and really get their head down while we're on the road, really decreasing the chances of developing pneumonia. As for safety, we will be installing cameras in our trailer, which will help us keep an eye on horses on the road as well.
So to get our company started, we're going to need a truck and a trailer. We're hoping to spend around $40,000 in the first year on a truck and another $40,000 on our trailer. Our trailer will require some additional repairs and maintenance, so we're going to add a climate control unit to the trailer, and then we're going to allocate about $25,000 to repairs each year for our truck and trailer. Our truck, this one here, has 200,000 kilometers on it, so by the end of our second year, we will be needing an upgrade. We'll talk about that a bit farther in our expansion plans. Having a look at pricing, we're going to be $1.15 per kilometer when we have a horse on. This is a price penetration because the industry average for horse hauling is $1.85 currently. So we're going to offer package discounts too. If you have multiple horses from the same location headed to the same place, we'll have a 20% discount on that. If you need transportation out of our designated route, we'll have a slight increase in the mileage cost, but we can fit that in. Basically, our goal for our pricing strategy is to gain market share because of our pricing, but have our clients stay and choose us because of our care and customer service. Having a look at our finances, we take our revenue based on a model of 4 horses loaded from Vancouver to Quebec City, and then we took that on a ratio of how often we think we'll be loaded. So in the first year, we anticipate to be loaded 1/4 of the time, and then that increases each year with a little bit more market share. Our expenses include things like licensing, maintenance, hay cost, insurance. Looking at this, we can see that our net income is fairly high, but we will also have to pay ourselves, so that'll decrease that a little bit.
So as for marketing and promotion, we plan to rely heavily on social media, including our Instagram, Facebook, and our website. Here we have a little bit of a post that kind of what it would look like. So we can use social media to advertise our trips and also our availability, so our clientele knows where we're headed and what we got for them. We also plan to have our truck and trailer completely deckled with our logo and all booking information, so that is a constant advertisement on the road, as well as attend as many trade shows as we can. As a lot of people know, any industry, but especially the equine industry, works very hard off of word of mouth. So if we can get a good word of mouth out there, then it will help us a lot. As for expansion plans, by the year 3, as Seamus was talking about in our finances, we would like to upgrade our equipment. That just is going to allow us to have that many more horses on the road, as well as we'd like to expand to the States because there is a very high demand for horses coming from Arizona and Texas and such, as well as hiring additional drivers. This will also allow us to get that much more revenue and that many more rigs on the road. I will definitely be calling along the 49 Equine to get that horse up to me.
Thank you, everyone, for your time. We'll now open the floor to any questions. Darla? Well, basically, because we're a little bit unsure of our market in the first couple of years, we want to keep our expenses low because like that model we calculated for our revenue, we don't exactly know how much business we'll get in the first year, so we just wanted to keep it on the lower side of things off the bat. Shustin? So our trailer can accommodate even the largest draft horses, and then also if we want to haul minis, that would be great. That would save us on some weight and save us on some fuel costs. So the more minis, the better. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Seamus and Kennedy. Up next, we have Perfect Timing Technology with Kyla Cran and Mackenzie Denchikoff.
Kyla is from a grain farm near Pilot Mound, Manitoba, and will be pursuing her Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness at the University of Saskatchewan in the coming fall.
Mackenzie is from a purebred Black Angus and Charolais operation just outside of Thorsby, Alberta. She grew up showing cattle and is continuing her education at the University of Saskatchewan to earn her Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness.
So good afternoon, everyone, and today we're going to be talking about our product, Perfect Timing Technology.
So we have a question for the audience. What are some of the biggest daily challenges that grain farmers face? We have prizes. All right, so based on our project need, we have established decision making and timing as some of the biggest things that farmers struggle with due to having the impact of making hundreds of small decisions every single day.
What is our product? So our product is a self-propelled drone with sophisticated AI technology attached that is designed for grain farmers that will give real-time results.
So what does our product do? So our product, number one, flies itself, which makes a big impact on farmers not having to spend the time to fly it themselves during their busy seasons. It does this using GPS and land coordinates to navigate itself where it's been programmed to on our app.
Number 2, it analyzes crops. It does this through scanning the crops as it's making its passes, looking for pests, plant counts, and seed ripeness. Number 3, it makes a recommendation, so all of the data and analysis recorded will be sent to the app directly on your phone in real time. This gives a simplified report with a recommendation at the very bottom, such as you should spray 40 acres of your crop, or harvest your crop in 2 days. This simple recommendation takes out the time that you need to go over a large report and makes a very simple way for farmers to know what their next step is. So meet our team. My name is Kyla Cron. I will be handling our finances and external relations of our business, such as dealing with our manufacturers and managing our inventory.
And I'm Mackenzie Denchikoff, and I will be working in the marketing and sales, and I'll be managing our sales reps and our interns, as well as I'll be working in customer relations.
So our customers, we are primarily targeting grain farmers under the age of 55. This is because people under the age of 55 are more tech savvy and are more willing to adopt technological practices on their farming operation.
We'll also be targeting the prairie provinces such as Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, as that is where our main demographic resides. And as a team, we decided to put our headquarters at Saskatoon and Saskatchewan, as that is the most center between all three.
So our product need today from the audience, we're looking for investors to invest in our technology. We have large technological development startup costs and startup costs for our brand.
With that, we'll also be offering a 10% equity share into our company. As well, we're looking for network connections to place ourselves in the industry, as that will lead to our customer base.
So you may be wondering, why buy our product? What is it going to do for you? So our product is, number 1, going to save you money. It does this by decreasing the amount that you're going to have to spray on your farm. It does this through the analytical results of showing which areas have the greatest risk within your field and what needs the greatest applications of chemical and which areas can be left alone. So this spot spraying will decrease your chemical and also increase the sustainability and resilience of your farm through the lower rates of chemical applications. And number 2, it's going to increase your profitability. This is going to be done through the optimization of yields, through showing you the best day to harvest your crops and get the greatest yield in the bin.
So for marketing, we're obviously going to be attending trade shows such as Ag in Motion and AgriTrade, so we can demonstrate our product to our customers and give real-time results and real-time demonstrations. Following, we'll also utilize social media, especially for the younger half of our demographic, such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, as well as using our website. And then following, we'll also utilize traditional marketing, especially for our older half of our demographic, such as newspapers, radios, and here we actually have an insert for the Western producer that we will add. And then following will also heavily depend on word of mouth because of how unique our product is. We're going to heavily rely on our customers to help build our customer base.
So now for our financial report, as you may see here, we have quite a significant net income loss in year 1. This is due to our very high startup costs with the development of our technology. So we have a negative ROI of 98%. In year 2, we're going to see a large sales increase and have a net income of $178,000 with an ROI of negative 50. And in year 3, we're going to have a large significant in sales projections, which is going to bring us to a profit of almost $700,000 with an ROI of 131%. So here's just a graph of our sales projections and what we predict to sell in the first couple years, with over 100% increase in sales projections year over year.
Oh, so following, we have a short video of a customer setting up our technology to scan his field. So in conclusion, at Perfect Timing Technology, our goal is to become the leading technology for the future of agriculture and increase profitability on your farm.
This is going to be done by, number 1, reducing your input costs and saving you money on your operation and increasing the sustainability of your farm. And number 2, by optimizing your yield potentials and getting more grain in the bin.
With your help, Perfect Timing Technology will become the #1 leading AI technology and most sought after technology on the market. And now we'd like to open the floor up for questions. Yes, Justin? So the question was, do we have any contenders in our industry? As of right now, we do not have any competition within our industry, especially because of how unique our product is. The drone technology was one thing, and we priced all of that out, but we are adding AI technology that has never been seen before and will increase yields and all that.
In addition to that, the closest thing to competitors in the market would be spray drones, which you're seeing a lot of. There's lots of different companies developing spray drones, which could be a potential next step for our company in future years.
Did that answer your question? Is there any other questions?
At the back? So we are spending millions of dollars into the development of this technology. We ourselves are not developing it. It will be outsourced and through artificial intelligence, which is, as you know, a very upcoming hot topic in agriculture and different trends in the world. So it will have very precise data and be pulling information from a lot of different programs. So as to answer your first part of your question on harvesting, so when our drone is scanning over your field, it's going to be looking for different areas of ripeness in your field and analyzing which areas are riper and maybe where you should start making your first pass of combining, whether it's on the south side or the north side of your field. Does that answer your question? Darla? Its main purpose is a working drone, but if you want to have some recreation and take some pictures at this future wedding down in Alberta, then I think that's all right.
You can use it for whatever your heart desires, Darla. Is there any other questions? Up in the top, yes?
So when we did some mathematics, we estimate our drone to fly at about 20 miles an hour, and it has a 20-foot diameter scanning. So if a farmer wanted to do every second path on a quarter section of 160 acres, then it would require 44 passes of that 20 feet, which we approximated at flying 20 miles an hour to take approximately 66 minutes for a quarter section.
Did that answer your question?
It's a lot of numbers.
Is there any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyla and Mackenzie. Next, we have Party Pumper Rentals by Taylor Comic and Blake Kikinger.
Taylor was born and raised in Bruce, Alberta on a commercial cattle operation. She has always been involved in the agriculture industry and is very passionate about it. She's been heavily involved in volunteering in the community and has been a part of 4-H for 11 years. She's graduating from Lakeland College with a diploma in agribusiness and is focusing on marketing. She has plans of staying within the home surrounding area and is getting a job in the agriculture industry.
Blake was born in Lloydminster and raised on a farm near Kitscotty, Alberta. He has always been passionate about the agriculture industry and the rapid change that goes with it. He is expected to graduate with an agribusiness diploma this spring, but also plans to go back to school and take the Bachelor of Agriculture Technology degree. From the degree, he hopes to get a career in precision ag and start to farm with his dad and brothers.
Wow, it's such a nice day out. I really wish I could go party somewhere, but there's nowhere to go.
Haven't you heard of Party Pumper Rentals?
No, I haven't. What's that?
We'll head that way to find out more. If you've ever had a birthday, anniversary, stag or stagette, or just bored on a random sunny day and don't know what to do, Party Pumper Rentals is your go-to entertainment service. I'm Taylor Comic, one of the owners of Party Pumper Rentals. I'm the promotion and front-end sales lead.
And I'm Blake Keikinger, part owner alongside Taylor, and I will be dealing with the finances and bookings of Party Pumper Rentals. Together, we hope to provide you and your friends with long-lasting memories, and also with our fire truck converted hot tub and cooker trailer, we hope to provide you with an experience that you've never seen before.
Our vision and mission is to establish an entertainment service that eliminates the need to leave your rural community to have a good time, striving to make unforgettable memories you've never imagined. For our project need, we are asking to consider becoming a customer and spread our company through word of mouth. We will also need a working capital for our startup costs to begin the transformation of our fire truck. Our demographic is 18 to 40-year-old customers within a 150 kilometer radius of Vermilion, Alberta, as you can see here on our map.
So a little bit about our product. So to start off with, we will purchase a fire truck off Kijiji like the one up here, and then we will also purchase a smoker or a pig cooker. We will also purchase a trailer to put that pig cooker on and tow it around with the fire truck. And then we will gut the back of the fire truck and insert a hot tub as well as a fridge on the side of the fire truck to keep your beverages cold all the time. And it should look something like this at the end of our renovations. So our prices will start at $1,000, and that will be for a day rate. From there, we will go to up to $1,250, and that will be for a full weekend rate, and that will be 3 days long. Our cooker trailer will have a base rate of $150, and it doesn't matter how long you rent it for, it'll always be at that $150. Because our radius is 150 kilometers and we are delivering the fire truck and trailer to you, every kilometer over that 150 kilometers, you will be charged 50 cents per kilometer.
We will plan to use social media as our main source of promotion to spread the word and to gain new customers. We will also offer discounts throughout our season to entice new customers.
So for our cash flow projections, we have year 1, 2, and 3 up here. Year 1, we will have a high revenue of $76,000. That will be pretty high due to our initial investment or loan. Our expenses will also be very high with the renovations of the fire truck and all the purchasing of the fire truck and everything. That will create a net profit of $6,000. Year 2, we see a decrease again because we don't have that initial investment. So our revenue will be $47,000 and our expenses will be around $34,000. That will create a net profit of $13,000 for year 2. Year 3, we hope to increase our sales and bookings, so we have a revenue of $78,000, and expenses going to be $50,000, creating a net profit of $28,000. This will leave us with an ending cash balance of $47,000 for the 3 years.
Next, we have a future excited customer ready to book with us.
Man, sure wish I could have more room for the boys to come over and enjoy a cold one in a nice hot tub. But I've heard that Party Pumpers is coming soon, and they have just what you need. Portable hot tubs they bring to you, and all you gotta do is invite your friends over, party hard. What a life that would be.
So with that,
let us pump your party.
thank you. Are there any questions?
Yes, Darla? No, you can't. Due to insurance purposes, we can't allow our customers to drive the truck. We also want to create the best experience for you and any of your friends, so we will be delivering that. Yes?
You said that your radius is 150 kilometers. That's so
So we would like to stay in the rural community and we kind of thought of this as a redneck party, and we would like to keep it that way.
But it's not limiting you to rent it. Any more questions?
Oh, Janet at the top there.
How many people are going to fit in that hot tub? How many friends?
Like 10 to 15 is our, promoted as, but if you want to fit 25 people in there, go for it. We will stay with you.
Yeah, at the top there. Just a general Class 5 license will work for that fire truck. If we want to expand and get a bigger fire truck, we need like a Class 3 or something like that.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor and Blake. Up next, we have Grow Forward by Hannah Komarinsky and Cole Fleming.
Hannah comes from a mixed farm just outside of Mundare, Alberta, where they have Simmental Angus cattle and grain. Her passion for grain farming and business is why she came to Lakeland College for the agribusiness diploma. She's in the marketing stream and has learned about different ways to help market a business. She also did 4-H beef for 10 years.
Cole comes from a grain farm just outside of Lloydminster, Alberta. They farm around 7,000 acres of wheat, barley, flax, peas, and canola. He came to Lakeland College for the agribusiness diploma and took the production stream, eventually finding an interest in the chemical and fertilizer side of ag.
Might even cut my hair and change my name, 'cause we all just wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. We'll all stay skinny 'cause we just won't eat, and we'll hang out in the coolest bars and the VIP with the movie stars. Every good gold digger's gonna wind up.
Floating fertilizer can save time and money for farmers. With Grow Forward's efficient application rates and competitive prices, we offer a great service.
We float lime, fertilizer, and seed in an effort to reduce the workload on farmers.
My name's Hannah Komarinsky, and I'm in charge of marketing. I grew up just outside of Mundare, Alberta, and I'm in charge of our website, which is www.growforwardspreading.com. This is where our customers can go and fill out a form to request our services. I'm also in charge of bringing in new clients and networking in social media.
I'm Cole. I come from a grain farm just outside of Lloydminster, Alberta. I'm going to be driving the floater as I have an interest in the fertilizer and chemical side of agriculture, and I'm also in charge of any repairs and maintenance that need to be done.
So for our project need, we will be needing a loan of $650,000 to purchase our floater. We also need to insure this floater, which will be $2,500. We'd like to purchase a used floater from 2021, which will have 700 hours on it. We also need to build up our clientele around Lloydminster because that is where will be based out of. We also want to partner with UPL for all our inputs, which include chemical, fertilizer, and seed. This will help create bundles for our customers.
So our vision and mission. So our vision is for optimal crop yields to coexist with environmental preservation. We aspire to empower farmers and promote a sustainable future. Mission statement is to optimize crop yields and minimize environmental impact, to help nutrient efficiency, reduce runoff, and promote a sustainable future. So our customers. So we serve farmers with soil deficiencies and low pH. We aim to increase higher crop yields. So we have a radius of 100 kilometers around Lloydminster, so we will go as far west as Innisfree, as far east as Fairholme, as far south as Lakeland, and then as far north as around the Loon Lake area. And our target demographic is 25 to 65, as those are the decision makers of the farm.
So here's an example of one of our Instagram posts, which is provided with all of our contact information. This also showed our bundles, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a later slide. We'll also be visiting 3 trade shows, which include Ag in Motion, AgriTrade, and AgriVisions, which just can help us meet our potential new clients. So some of our operating costs, our main operating cost is actually fuel, which will be 32% of our revenue. We'll be operating a month and a half in spring and in fall. So in a busy season, we will be doing about 1,100 acres per day, and in a slow season, we'll be doing 700 acres per day. Diesel will probably cost us about $1.20 per liter, and our floater holds about 500 liters. We also will be needing to purchase insurance and some repairs and maintenance, which will be our tires, hoses, and various other repairs.
So just some sales projections here. So in the year 1, we have income of $766,000, expenses of $158,000, and then a profit or loss of $607,000. Moving into year 2, we actually have we calculated a 2% increase because we are going to be increasing our clientele. So we have a profit of $612,000 in year 2, and then year 3 we have a profit of $626,000. So we are also selling merchandise. So we have t-shirts available for $25, toques available for $15, and hats also available for $15. We also have beer koozies for $29, and they will be on sale on our website and at any trade shows that we attend at our booth.
So here are some of our bundles that we partnered with UPL for. So 1 input will be $9 per acre, and if you would like to mix, it'll be 2 inputs will be $10 per acre, and 3 inputs will be $11 per acre. We hope you choose Grow Forward for all your floating needs, and thank you. And any questions? Yep.
How much fertilizer can you put down per acre?
I am actually not sure. We can try and figure that out and get back to you at Spurs tonight.
Any other questions?
Yep, Janet.
Do you anticipate that most of your customers are going to be taking one of your bundle packages, or do you think most of them are going to be single product?
I definitely think they'll be taking the bundles because that's at a discounted rate, and that's what we offer. Any other questions? Darla?
There are a few companies around us. We couldn't really find anything really about it online, but I know of a few that are around us. So we would have a little bit of competition, but I think our prices are competitive enough that we can kind of overcome that.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah and Cole. Up next, we have Hoof and Health Camera by Melissa Dixon, Hunter Taturin, and Julie Ann Warner. Melissa is a 4th-generation member on the family farm just outside of Craik, Saskatchewan, where she was actively involved on the farm. They have a commercial Hereford cow-calf operation, as well as breeding and raising quarter horses. She'll be returning to Lakeland in the fall for the Bachelor of Agriculture Technology program. She's wanting to take over the family farm eventually. Hunter is also a 4th-generation farmer. She grew up just outside of Ituna, Saskatchewan. Hunter's family has a 230 cow-calf Simmental cross operation where she's starting up her own herd. After Lakeland College, she plans to go back to the farm and work for a bit so that she can save up to go do an exchange in Australia, where she can then travel and gain new farming experiences from different parts of the world. Julianne is another 4th-generation farmer. She grew up on her farm just outside of Makwa, Saskatchewan. Her family runs a commercial cow-calf operation with mostly Simmental Angus cross. After her time at Lakeland, she'll be transferring to the U of S to get her degree in agribusiness. Then, after she's done school, she plans to work as a lender and take over her family farm. I'm so sorry.
Okay, put your hand up if you're a livestock producer. Oh.
Put your hand up if you ever had issues when it comes time to having livestock.
Can we wait just a few seconds? Put your hand up if you don't have a vet nearby.
We hope that our product will fix those questions for you. Hoof and Health Camera.
So what is it? It is a camera monitoring system of your livestock that you can access through your phone. It will help keep your animals healthy at all times, and there's many available functions for it.
Before we get any farther, we're just going to do a quick business overview. We will each own 1/3 of the business. And I'm Julianne Warner, and I'll be the Alberta representative, and I'll be focusing on the finances for our company.
I am Hunter Tatarn. I will be the Manitoba representative, and I will be doing the marketing stream of things.
I'm Melissa Dixon. I'll be the Saskatchewan representative, and I'll focus on the production of the camera.
So here we have a screen of what the calves and cows would look like, all on your app that you would be getting with the setup that we will be doing. So as you can see, they have a bunch of numbers. That is the temperature of how, like the normal heat of what your animal should look like. And if you can see, there's one calf that has a red flag beside it. That will mark if that something is going wrong, and then you can go out early and treat it right away.
There's also a heat map function that we have. It'll help determine like if there's a lameness anywhere, because that area of the animal will heat up more, and then you're able to tell right away where it is, so you can quickly treat the animal right away before the problem gets worse. And when it comes time to illness, sometimes an animal will heat up in a given area due to the illness, so you're able to identify where it is right away.
Another feature our camera has is we have X-ray vision. With the X-ray vision, this will help, especially when it comes to calving season, because with the camera, you'll be able to see what position the calf is in, and by that, you can decide if you need to call a vet or if you can safely get the calf out on your own. And our target audience is going to be livestock farmers, and that is basically horses, sheep, cows, anything with a hoof. We're also targeting the ages of 30 to 70. The reason why for these ages, because at the age of 30, we figure this is when farmers are going to start taking over their family farm and bringing in new technology. We also said 70 because at this age, farmers are getting a lot older and they aren't able to move around as easily. So with our camera, they can check on their cows from their house.
For the marketing, we are going to be pricing our cameras at $800 per camera. It is expensive, but this is due to the fact that we have functions that other cameras do not have. How we want to market our product is through trade shows, where we'll be going to Agribition and other trade shows that are around. We'll also be doing demos on the farm so that if farmers want to purchase our product, they will be able to decide where they want their cameras and what will work best for them. The website that we'll also be having, it will always keep us updated on the prices of what our cameras will be and if there's going to be any sales. Social media will also be another big factor, as we will be going all across the board from Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms. Here we have a post on Facebook of what we would be marketing on there. So it says, come see us at Agribition. If you want to see our products, please come to our booth. And there is a bunch of hashtags afterwards.
So for our finances, as you can see in the first year, we have a lot of money coming in. This is because in year 1, we will be getting a loan, and also our grant proceeds will be coming in. We also have high outflow just because we'll be purchasing equipment and starting up our business. But by year 2, we will not be purchasing as much stock, as we will still have some from the previous year. By year 3, though, we predict that our sales will increase a lot just because our business has been out there for a little bit longer.
So what do we need for a project? We are getting a loan from the bank of just over $600,000, and it will be separated into 2 different loans. $50,000 of it will go towards our cameras, because right off the bat, we're not going to be able to afford to set up the cameras ourselves, so we're getting a loan to help with just the creation of it. And then we need a loan of just over $550,000 for our building that we're getting in Saskatoon, which will be our headquarters, where we'll keep all of our extra supplies and be doing all of our shipping out of.
And with that, we hope to make livestock producers lives easier one camera at a time.
We would now like to open the floor to any questions. So the question was, is our cameras meant for inside or outside? They are used for both. The one that I have right now is used for outside. The one that you would have for inside is more of a stationary one and you can't really move it, but you can put this one inside. This one also has a 360-degree view of everything. Does that answer your question? Mackenzie? So the question was, do we have a subscription for our app that we mentioned? I'm going to hand this over to the finance lead.
So we figured we are not going to have a subscription just because we feel like it will, farmers will appreciate it a little bit more if it's a one-time cost. Because we found with the subscriptions, it was a little harder to track sales and stuff, and it was deterring some farmers from purchasing our product.
Does that answer your question? Yes. So the question was, how far away does the camera have to be away from the livestock? I'm going to hand this over to our production lead.
It all depends, like, in your given area, it depends on, like, your view, because, like, sometimes you're going to have something in the way, so then you can't obviously get a view of it. And, like, we're generally approximate, like, 50 feet on average that the cameras can use. It all depends on the different type of camera as well, because there's different types that we have available for the different function that you want to use. Like, if you want to shoot it out farther, it's a different camera than the ones that you have indoors, because you don't need to shoot as far to view the animal when you're inside. Does that answer your question?
Is one of you guys, Darla or Sheston, I did see a hand going up. So the question was, how are we going to market the 60-year-old farmers versus our 25-year-olds? I'm going to hand this over to the finance lead.
Okay, so of course, we're probably going to get more of the younger generation on social media. So that's where we'll get them on Instagram, where older, around 60 to 70, will be more at trade shows because they're the ones wandering around, talking at booths. So that's where we're going to hit both targets.
To add on to what Julianne said, because there will be the transition of the younger generation taking over the older ones, yeah, they will be like giving that advice to maybe use a different product. Does this answer your question? Are there any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, Hunter, and Julianne. Up next, we have B and L Fodder by Madison Bykowicz and Hallie Leslie.
Hallie grew up on a cattle farm in central Alberta. She started working crops 6 years ago and has a strong interest in the agricultural industry. Hallie is hoping to go home and continue working in the agricultural industry after she completes her schooling here at Lakeland.
Madison resides near the small town of Derwent, Alberta on her family farm. She is from a commercial beef operation that raises primarily Hereford, Angus, and Simmental beef cattle. From a young age, she has been involved in every aspect of the operation. Upon graduation, she plans to return to the family farm and put her agribusiness diploma to use. The barrier for expanding the family farm being rising land costs and land availability is what sparked this business plan idea.
Who here is a livestock producer? Who here is tired of high feed costs, input costs, and machinery costs?
Who here is looking to save money and increase their profit on their operations?
Well, we have a solution for you. Welcome to B&L Fodder, a sustainable and efficient approach to livestock feeding that will provide you with a nutritionally rich and cost-effective option for feeding your livestock. I'm Madison, our Business and Operations Manager.
I'm Hallie, the Business Advisor as well as the Marketing and Sales Manager.
So what is fodder? The term fodder refers to feed for livestock. So this means that fodder is essentially any type of viable livestock feed source. However, the type of fodder that we are specifically looking at is sprouts. Sprouted fodder is a cost-effective livestock feed source that reduces the water consumption needed to grow plants, reduces carbon footprint, as well as reduces the major input costs needed for feeding your livestock, such as fertilizer, chemical, pesticides, or herbicides. It also reduces the need to depend on the weather. Fodder is grown indoors without the need for any soil, fertilizer, pesticides, or herbicides. It takes 7 days to turn from seed to feed, and 1 pound of seed grows into 7 pounds of fresh fodder. Sprouting can be done with many different types of grains, such as wheat, peas, and barley. Our plan is to use barley. Based on research and trials that have been done, this is said to be the most cost-effective option, and this is due to its quicker germination time of about 2 to 3 days, as opposed to wheat and peas being about 5 to 7 days. Along with this, barley also offers the greatest nutritional benefit with its protein content being around 18 to 20%.
Our mission is to provide a sustainable and efficient way of feeding cattle. Through revolutionizing the cattle industry, we will produce high-quality, nutrient-rich fodder feed that will not only optimize the health of your cattle as well as the growth and the productivity of your cattle.
So for our project need, the first thing that we need to get our business up and running is funding to actually begin our operation. We will obtain 50% of this through a loan and 50% through a grant that aligns with our project. This will go towards the construction and setup of a building similar to one shown here, as well as our water system, water well drilling, along with the purchase of a skid steer for planting and harvesting our fodder. We're also seeking an investment of $200,000. This will go towards research and development of fodder production, as well as our first year working capital. Alongside this, we're also in search of industry connections and professionals. Our plan is to implement our system into my family farm, which is located just southwest of Derwent, Alberta. To do this, we will require a 13,000 square foot building. As you can see here, this is our floor plan, which is what makes us so unique compared to traditional fodder systems. We have found a way to make our design low labor by removing the need for having to plant our fodder in traditional tray systems.
Our customers are our cattle. We want to be able to produce fresh fodder feed 365 days a year for them, and once we have figured out the our fodder situation here and we have it all set up, we are hoping to convert from a cow-calf operation into a feedlot operation, which then means we will start to produce and sell our fodder to other producers in hopes that they can easily utilize it on their farms as well. And we want to do this so that way we can help support our industry, and especially with any livestock, we can support our industry, especially with the high costs that have been for feed in the past few years here. For our marketing, we will be utilizing social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram, as well as our website where we will do a blog. For the social media platforms, we will be sharing stories, the benefits of fodder, as well as the day-to-day life in the operation, as well as utilizing social media platforms. We are open to doing farm tours to show people how the fodder operation runs with us, as well as get the ideas out there that we have and also get people talking about fodder. In addition to both of those, we are also hoping to become industry experts in this field, which then in the future we can take this to egg conferences and use our knowledge to help others learn about fodder, as well as anyone who's interested in starting up a fodder operation, they can do so.
So for our finances, our largest focus was on our cost savings that we can see from the implementation of fodder. We prepared multiple different budgets based on the current and historical costs that we incur on my family farm. So with the implementation of fodder, with the current balanced ration and the value of the bales at today's fair market value, by implementing our system, we would see around a 64% feed cost savings per day, which is really substantial in considering that feed is one of the largest costs livestock producers incur. We also ran the numbers for the potential of feeding fodder during the pasture season as opposed to having to rent our pasture like we currently do. And with this, we would see just over a 40% pasture cost savings per season. Additionally, we also see a 23-cent reduction in our break-even price per pound by the implementation of our system. Fodder is a very flexible option that allows you to customize feed rations based on your needs and what will work for your operation. In completing our business plan and through a thorough review of our finances, we have ensured our viability of our business and reinforced our idea. And through our low labor design, we have found a solution to livestock feeding that reduces the need to depend on the weather, purchase pricey inputs and equipment, as well as depend on land availability. That right there is the future of livestock feeding. We'd now like to open the floor to any questions. Yeah.
So, like I saw you on the pictures were feeding some, like a little bit of fodder to your animals, but like on a large scale, how is fodder fed to like, say a feedlot or something?
So the numbers, so you can't feed fodder straight because it's too rich of a feed source. So our numbers were based on a 70% fodder, 30% straw ration. And so our plan is we currently feed with a vertical mixer, so we would incorporate our fodder into that. Does that answer your question? Janet?
So in your 13,000 square foot, that's 13,000, right?
Yeah.
13,000 square foot facility, how many pounds of fodder would you be able to produce a day, and then how many cattle do you estimate that would be? Like if you were feeding lactating cows?
So we have that size of building is based on, we need 8,200 pounds per day, and that's to feed 300 head. On average, the cows weighing 1,300 pounds each, and that's at a 70% of their diet. Does that answer your question?
Are you doing vertical growing or just like a single layer?
So in order to, like traditional fodder systems require a lot of labor, so that's where our design came in. So instead of taking a vertical approach, we're essentially growing it on the floor. So through our floor plan, we're gonna have cement, like troughs built into our cement, be probably like 2 inches, 3 inches deep, 8 to 10 feet wide, and then we can plant and harvest all with a skid steer. Does that answer your question?
you, Madison and Hallie. Up next, we have Spirit Bear Vertical Farm by Carlos Zambrano and Ian Blackburn.
Ian was born in North Bay, Ontario in 1974. Ian was a base brat with his father in the military and then joined the Army in 1991. In 1999, he changed trades to the Air Force as an aviation technician and was deployed in Bosnia in 1996 and Sicily in 2011. Ian is a proud father of 4 children and is looking forward to using the Ag Business course to make vertical farming a reality.
Carlos is an international student from Colombia with a background in dairy, beef, and lemon tree farming. He has an animal science degree from La Salle University, Bogota, Colombia, and is an entrepreneur in Equinap mobile app and La Merienda Cafe restaurant. Currently, Carlos is enjoying being a father to his 2 children, an agribusiness student, and a Richardson Pioneer employee.
Introducing Spirit Bear Vertical Farms Incorporated, your locally veteran-owned and operated modern farm. At Spirit Bear, we're passionate about bringing you the freshest produce while supporting our local community. From crisp, succulent fruits to vibrant, nutrient-packed vegetables, our commitment to sustainability and quality shines through in every bite. When you choose Spirit Bear, you're not just buying groceries. You're investing in your health, your community, and a brighter, greener future. So why wait? Bring the spirit of freshness home today. Spirit Bear Vertical Farms, where local pride meets sustainable flavor. From our hearts to your home.
Good day, my name's Ian. I'm going to be the operations individual.
And I am Carlos, I am the finance lead.
So I have a couple questions and there'll be some prizes. So how many vertical farms do you think are in Alberta, companies-wise? Anyway? No. 3? That's the highest. We said 3. There's a bear. Okay, what's the most grown product in a vertical farm, do you figure? Who said lettuce? Lettuce? There you go. So, why do we pick a vertical farm? We don't have a traditional farm to fall back to in Canada. There's a growing world population. There's a lot of international food that comes into Canada, and we want to grow fresh and local produce.
Yeah, for vertical farming, it's also a very efficient way to grow any produce. We have the ability of play a little bit with the needs of the market. With the system we are picking up, we can grow different products as well. So also we are still now thinking at some value at the end of our product, thinking in live plant, flowers, extracts, medicinal application, animal feed as well. So for a start, we want to say that we will grow with spinach. We had to decide between lettuce and spinach. We went with the spinach mainly because it's more nutritious, because present better yields in the system we are setting up, and also better profitability. We will need a building of 2,500 square feet, expecting a yield of 1,200 plants per week, and every plant should weigh 120 grams. So we already set up a price of $5.40 per 454 grams per container.
So our system is going to be 2,500 square feet initially. So you see there, it's basically a bunch of shelves, hydroponics, and LED lighting. Each tray will have 24 heads of spinach or lettuce. We expand into lettuce, onions, mushrooms, depends on what we want to do at that time. So we'll be centered out of Elk Point. It's basically central to the Lakeland, Cold Lake, Lac La Biche, Vegreville, down to Lloydminster, Wainwright. Hope to get partnered with a bunch of the co-ops. There is this cornerstone store or co-ops that are in the local area. There's independent grocers. The larger grocery stores, we're a bit too small for that, and there's going to be you need to have a much bigger volume with them. So marketing, we're going to be having Stingray Radio. web page, and a social media matrix. So basically on 5 social media applications, Monday to Friday, and 5 different types: quote of the day, recipe, a garden tip, daily humor, this day in history. So today, actually, in history, the first human voice was recorded.
So here there is a little bit of our finance. So this is the graph we represent our return on investment. So we can see in year 1 we have a negative percentage of return of investment. Mainly is explained because we don't have year-round sales. We are asking actually for a loan of $300,000 to start and to buy our system. But in the second year, we start to sell year-round, January to December, and we increase our ROI until 12%. Year 3, we decrease a little bit, explained mainly because we are stopping our owner's contribution, and we start to take back some owner's withdrawals. And we decide in year 4 actually start with the second system, so we set up actually a second loan, and immediately in the next year we come back with the positive numbers until almost 8.5%, again because we increase sales in year round. So we want to show this graphic about owners withdrawals, mainly because we want to show that even if we are investing in a new system, we are continue making positive numbers, and we are starting after year 3, we are starting to get some money year by year increasing. Even in year 5, with the second system, we will be able to get $60,000 per year. And that given us the opportunity of expand and show us if it is a big opportunity after that.
So our expansion would consist of a second system. That gives us an extra 2,500 square feet that we'd use. Gives us 1,000 spinach per week, and we'd be hiring an additional 2 individuals.
Yeah, so here is one more graph which shows us the opportunity to expand again. So we make actually for 2 more systems to expand to system 2 to system 4, and in system 4 we will be able to reach actually almost $1 million sales per year.
And where to next? Wherever opportunity brings us.
And make it real.
We'd like to thank Shus and Darla, Rob DeMelli at Overdrive, he was our mentor, and Robert Cashback was the initial voiceover of the commercial. From our heart
to your home.
Any questions?
Hey,
Hallie. Around Vermilion and area, in town itself, or Elk Point I should say, there hasn't been major power outages that I've researched. However, we would be having a generator that can offset the power. And at some point might expand into solar and other green technology if it's viable for us to do so. Justin.
So that depends about the market. So the system we are starting to setting up will give us the ability of producing whatever green leaf it is. So we can turn depending the market looks like. And yeah, but we have to see the market. We can set up for strawberries or something later. It depends how it looks like.
But spinach is the key product that we'd be starting off with. I want to take over the world. No. Elk Point is a key area. There are some major developments in much bigger scales that are basically in Edmonton and Calgary. So we're trying to stay more to the Saskatchewan border. Then we'll flex our might and beat down the opposition.
Yeah, but
sorry, that's my ex-military. I have to be a bit aggressive, so.
Yeah, no, but in addition of that, there is depending how fast we grow as well. Because for the 4 system we say in the last graphic, we just really don't need too much space. So we will be able to grow 4 systems in the same area. I mean, one more building, but in the same load, I guess.
But there are some places in Canada that have like 40 acres
Yeah.
under roof, right? So we're not going to be able to be doing, whatever 40 acres in square footage is. So right off the bat, anyway. But wherever opportunity brings us. Anyone else?
Some investors or something.
Anywhere? No.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos and Ian. Up next, we have Canadian Vintage Farms by Cody Tartarin, Colby Warawa, and Derek Hoffman.
Cody comes from a mixed farm operation raising Simmental Angus cross cattle. He has a herd of approximately 230 head just outside of Atuna, Saskatchewan. He is a double dip coming back to Lakeland to complete his 3rd year and is excited to use the knowledge he has gained from this experience to build upon his family's operation back home.
Colby's family farm is a mixed operation farm of buffalo and grain located northeast of Mundare, Alberta, but he lives in Vegreville. Colby is finishing his agribusiness diploma and plans to return to Lakeland to take crop technology next year.
Derek comes from a dairy farm in southwestern Ontario. He has little background in beef, but is willing to learn more about the different avenues in the beef industry. He is completing his agribusiness diploma and plans to return to the family farm in Ontario after Lakeland.
Good afternoon. We're going to start off with a question. Raise your hand if you think 100% pure Angus beef is the best steak on the market. Well, I'm here to tell you today that you guys are all wrong. Because at Canadian Vantage Farms, we've taken that Angus you all know and love, and we've mixed it with Wagyu to have the highest quality, pure, or best steak on the market. And we didn't stop there. We also wanted to give our customers more, so we also have smoked chickens, chicken feet, and eggs for sale as well. I'm Colby Warwa, and I'll be the marketing advisor and the promotional advisor for our company.
I'm Cody Tatarn, and I am the project lead.
I'm Derek Hoffman, and I am the financial and marketing advisor.
So, who are we? We are Canadian Vantage Farms, an operation that is focused on providing the highest quality, wholesome meat products that we can provide our customers. We sell items such as Wagyu soured beef, chickens for both meat and egg purposes, eggs, and chicken feet for those of you who want something a little different. We are located in East Central Saskatchewan. This here is our main area of where we plan to sell. We plan to mainly focus on selling in the cities of Regina, Yorkton, and Melville, as they are the closest and have the highest populations. We do plan to eventually expand into Saskatoon, but that will come in a few years. So what do we need for this operation? We need mobile chicken coops for the chickens, as they will be raised out on pasture to provide a more organic lifestyle for them. We will also require basic necessities for our cattle, such as feed, shelter, water, etc., especially in winter, where they will be housed on our farm operation, which is an expansion of my own family's operation. We will also require resilient and diligent workers to work on the farm alongside us, mainly for common sense purposes, because this would be a very large operation.
Target audience. We plan with our steak that typically it's probably going to be more of a special occasion that it's bought. At maybe you get a new job, so you want to celebrate with our steaks, or whether it's a holiday. But the target audience for that will be about 40 years old or above. Ones with more disposable income, as our steaks being a higher quality are a little more expensive. And we don't expect people who are younger to buy it, because if you're younger, you're probably going to have kids that, let's be honest, you're not going to want to give a $40 steak to a kid that is 6 to 8 years old that's going to have 2 bites and waste it. With our smoked chicken, our demographic is the Middle Eastern community in Saskatchewan, as in the last 3 years that has grown by 40%. And we figured that if we had them as our target audience, that it's a business that is around here in Canada that is looking at their demographics, so they were going to want to support us back because it's a business that supports them.
As far as financials go, in the first year we have a 5% return on investment. This is mostly just because of investments and loans that we will be using to get the business kicked off. In year 2, we do have a negative 21% return on investment. This is because, well, those funds from the year 1 have been spent, and we will be not have as much sales as we need to cover every cost right away. In year 3, though, we have an 86% return on investment, which is very positive growth, and beyond there, we will continue to see more growth into years beyond. We believe the income statement does show better how this money has been spent in our initial investment. In year 1, our income statement shows a $70,000 loss, just because it's starting a business. And as everyone knows, with cattle, it takes a couple years before you can get an animal to market weight and the calves market weight, so you can sell and produce. In year 2, we do have a slightly under $5,000 loss, so that shows that we are making money in year 2, and by year 3, we are nearly $100,000 above zero, which is very great. As far as marketing goes, we plan to sell our Angus crossed Wagyu for $40 a pound. This is just due to your typical steak being around on the high end for an Angus cow being $20. We plan to sell at $40 a pound, and this is just due to the steak not being as high quality as Wagyu, pure Wagyu, but it is still higher quality than Angus crossed, or regular Angus. We do plan to sell a chicken for $5 a pound, eggs for $3.50 a pound, and chicken feet for $25 a bag.
Advertising. So as you can see there, that is our website. It's kind of hard to see in the black, but it says book an appointment. You can book an appointment with Cody at any time, get to know a little bit more about our company. On our website, you can also see all the products we do sell, and you can get to know a little bit about us there. That will be part of our advertising. We hope to eventually start selling on our website and delivering through it, but as of right now, it's not. We will be selling through our in-store or on-farm store and through word-of-mouth marketing by going to different markets and selling it there, so that people get to know us and then want to come to our store and get to see us and get to understand what our product's about. We also want to go to local businesses, small town restaurants, and try start selling our steaks there as well, but that will be further down the road. We are also looking into going into agritourism further down the road, as it's a huge up and coming market that everyone wants to come and see, where, you know, poor Sally was now on my dinner plate, but before it used to be out in the field, so.
As far as for closing up, we believe that this business has a lot of opportunity to expand and grow into different avenues, like Colby said, into some agritourism, as well as partnering up with some local businesses and trying to sell our products through those businesses to continue to grow and expand.
Any questions? Yes, up in the back. Social media would be, oh, sorry, continue. Okay, so that's your question. How would we focus on social media? Social media would be included on the website. There would be links to Instagram and Facebook and other social media outputs such as that.
As for the second question, the reason our year 2 is lower than our year 1 as far as return on investment goes is because we cannot start selling our Wagyu cattle, Angus Cross Wagyu cattle until the end of year 2, just because it does take that nearly 2 years to get those animals up to that weight, so you can start getting them butchered and have a product to sell by the end of year 2.
Yes, because you are my sister. Yes, you are free labor. Are there any other questions? Yes, here in the front row.
Did you guys take into consideration for your return on investment the breeding supplies and cost of feed and all that for having these animals and raising them?
Yes, we did take that into account, and that is included in our cost of production and all that sort of jazz. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I just thought it might be a little more expensive since Wagyu semen
Wagyu semen, yes, is expensive. We did find that the cheapest straws that we could buy were essentially $200 a straw. We would not be having, for this reason, we do not have a large number of Wagyu semen purchased, and we plan to start with roughly 25 animals. So that is also why our costs in our first year are so high, because we are purchasing that Wagyu semen at that time. Yes.
So what was the decision process behind deciding to sell chicken feet? Like, is there a large market for it?
There isn't, it's not, actually, believe it or not, yes. Among the communities that, in the area we chose, it is not only a growing Middle Eastern community in the area that we chose, but it is also a Ukrainian community. And there are old Ukrainians that will often use chicken feet in their soups. For example, there are actual, for lack of a better term, let's call them babas, because that is what the Ukrainian term is. They will go and they will make these soups and they will deliver them to their own families. So yes, there is a market for it, and that's why we plan to sell it, the chicken feet. Yes? Oh, that's perfectly fine.
I saw that for your Wagyu Cross beef, it was $40 a pound. Are you guys just selling steaks, or are you going to sell different cuts, or how's that?
We'd be focusing on selling steaks, yes. We wouldn't really be selling hamburger, as that tends to, oh, what's the term? It tends to lessen the taste of the Wagyu steak itself. So we'd be focusing on steaks, roasts, your prime cuts of meat. That's what we would be focusing on selling.
What are you going to do with the rest of the beef?
We could use it as, we could grind it up, but we would not be selling it as high of a price. So we would try to use as much of the meat as possible. It's just that whatever we couldn't use for our prime cuts, we would likely sell at a discounted rate. Are there any other questions? Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Cody, Colby, and Derek. Up next and lastly, we have Wild Heart Rescue and Supply by Jillian Fairholm and Ashley Lang.
Jillian grew up on a farm just outside of Westlock, Alberta. She has always had cats and dogs on her farm, and she also loves being around animals. She's completing her agribusiness diploma this year, and this business plan will help it potentially start her own business.
Ashley grew up on an acreage an hour out of Barhead, Alberta. Her family adopted a Great Pyrenees in 2020, and then she adopted 2 rescue dogs of her own in 2023. Ashley's completed her animal science diploma and is now on her way to pursuing a career helping animals in need.
Wild Heart Rescue and Supply is a humane rehabilitation and affordable pet supply center. We mainly focus on dogs and cats, but we'll look into expanding with other animals in the future.
My name is Ashley Lang. I am a co-owner in Wild Heart Rescue and Supply. I deal with external relations such as marketing, storefront management, and customer relations.
My name is Jillian Fairholm. I am also a co-owner in Wild Heart Rescue and Supply. I deal with the internal relations such as bookkeeping, finances, and employee management. Meet Bruce. Bruce is a South African Boerboel. His breed was originally established to be an aggressive guard dog in Africa. Boerboels are designed to protect against any intruder that crosses their owner. But as you can see, this guy wouldn't hurt a fly.
Wild Heart Rescue and Supply offers a wide variety of products and services for current and potential pet owners. We look forward to working with the community and its volunteers. In order to fulfill our animal rehabilitation and pet supply center goals, we will need financial support and marketing resources. This will include obtaining loans and grants, as well as working with the City of Cold Lake in order to gain funding and potential donations. We will look for marketing assistance through relationships and connections with the community, as well as our investors. Pictured here is an example of what our adoption center will look like once it's fully finished. Our target customers include current and potential pet owners looking for products and services for their animals, as well as animal advocates who wish to work with the business for awareness and educational purposes. Our other targeted audience includes rescues and shelters who wish to collaborate with the business in order to obtain supplies and services. We plan to market our business through attending events such as adoption and pet supply shows, as well as host some of them at our operation. We will use social media and physical advertisements such as posters in order to create awareness and encourage community members to visit our business. On the far side, you can see an example of what one of our social media posts would look like. And on this side, a picture of a physical poster we would hang up around the community. We will also have an accessible website with important information for our customers, as well as online shopping options for any of the products carried in the store.
Our placement. We will be located on English Bay Road in Cold Lake North. We will conduct online shopping deliveries across Alberta for the first few years, and then we will be expanding to the rest of Canada and across the US. Here is an advertisement of a 50-acre lot that we will be purchasing for our storefront. We will use 20 out of the 50 acres for 10 for the building and 10 for the public park. The other 30 will be rented out, and we will be gaining other revenue from that. Here are our finances. In year 1, we come out with a loss of $49,000 at return on investment of negative 10%. In year 2, we continue with the loss of $26,000 approximately, and then our return on investment is 2.5%. In year 3, we see our first profit of $145,000 with a return on investment of 17%. Our sales projections in year 1, we are just going to start off with to aim for selling 100 units per week. We averaged it out to be 70% of the units will be allocated to the dogs, and then the other 30% will be allocated to cats. This comes out for a revenue around $4,000 per week in year 1, and then for years 2 and 3, we upped our total units per week by 150 units, depending on how the business performs. We will be, in year 2, we will gain around $11,000, and then in year 3, it'll be around $18,000.
Is there any questions?
Janet?
So you talked about units. That would be like a dog or cat, right?
Yeah, it'd be like, we averaged it out to be like every single one of the products or services for dogs or cats.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Justin?
Is Cold Lake like a large hub for animal owners to have a gross revenue of over $1 million? Like, is there a lot of animals in Cold Lake that you get?
There is a high population of animals in Cold Lake, and also there's not a lot of competition in Cold Lake, as there's only one other specific pet store in town, and then Walmart is your only other option. And we projected these high revenues because we have kind of a convenience appeal to our business, because all of our aspects are located in the same area, per se. Does this answer your question?
Are there any other questions? Oh, Shustin. Brucey, come here. Come here. Okay. Here, sit. What do you say? Can you say thank you? If we get everyone to like make a howling sound, he'll actually howl. If you guys want to do that. Yes, you gotta go. Ow! Ow! Brucey, sit. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Ow! 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 Say thank you. Ow! 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 He's not doing it. Come on.
Thank you, Jillian and Ashley. And thank you so much for attending the Ag Business presentations. We hope that you will join us at Spurs for a little celebration to further discuss some of our business plan ideas.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you everyone for coming. I also just want to take a minute and thank our MCs who gave up their afternoon to come and try to pronounce all your wonky first names and last names and all of that. So we do have an Aggie hoodie for each of these lovely young ladies who, I asked them backstage if they were more nervous or less nervous about them being on stage next year, and they said way less nervous. So you guys put on a pretty good show. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of the students. I think that it's important to note that it's an incredibly busy time right now, but these business plans, they've been working on them all year. And they literally have practiced it once on stage in front of Shustin and I, and we give them some pretty savage feedback on notes, like, don't do this or do that, or watch your ums, or watch how you're standing. And the way that the students took the feedback and ran with it just makes my heart full. It means that every minute we spend getting you guys ready, you guys took that feedback, and that means so much to us. But I want you to know that 99.9% of what was up on this stage was all of these students. This was their ideas, this was their plans, this wasn't us. We helped get them there, but they were the ones that did all the hard work. So I'm just so proud of y'all. It was very, very fun to watch. So join us at Spurs. We'll have some prizes and a little bit of socialization. You guys can talk more about your plans, and thank you very much for your time.